Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this short video, we're going to cover unions. So I have my two data tables that I've already connected, or data sources I mean. I have a 5 million sales record and I have 2 million sales record. So for example, let's say this is from last year and this is from the current year and I want to union them together. Remember that unions are not the same thing as joins. So joins are when you're connecting them, connecting the data sources because of a similar column. Whereas the union is because you want to add the data together, right? And it still might be similar columns. And in a union, of course, you're going to have to check for nulls, you're going to have to check for duplicate values, etc. Unless you can allow duplicates, that might be the case. For example, in a sales record, it's totally possible that a customer came back the next day and bought the same thing again. So let's jump right into it. So for my first data source, I'm going to take the table and I'm going to drag it here. And so I'm going to connect my 5 million sales record to it using a union by the easiest way is to drag it over. Oh, sorry, click this, drag that over. And remember, not join, what you want is a union. And so here's our union connection. Now, when I want to make, so as soon as, if I wanted to do any cleaning steps, I would have had to do them here. As soon as I'm at the union now I'm going to be doing any cleaning steps or anything that goes forward, it will have to be of the union result. Right? So this is combined inputs now. So let's let this load and see what it spits out. So there's many reasons why you might want to have this union done. Perhaps you need the data to be together for your analysis, for your visual analysis. Two different data sources isn't as clean, you could say, as one, especially if they're the same. So for example, in this output, they're the same 15 columns, right? You can actually go over here beside the union results, and if you click on show only mismatched fields, remember, not mismatched data, mismatched fields, right? So once I click that, you can see that there are actually no mismatched fields, meaning this is some pretty clean, good-looking data, right? And I can even go over here, and we can filter any values that we need to. And this is talking about the union. We can duplicate any rows, and you can also create your calculated fields here. So once you come, it's recommended that in Tableau Prep, once you come to the next step, and if there's things you need to do with the data, you do it at that step rather than going back and doing it to the previous steps, because then it'll just increase, right? So for example, if I have a cleaning step I can do in Union 1, that's better than going back and doing the exact cleaning step before this data source and this data source. It's cleaner that way, and the flow looks better. So we can also identify if there's any duplicate rows. And let's see here, and you can see here that it spits out a calculated field where it'll show an estimate where 16% of the rows are duplicates and 84% of the rows are unique. In my case, I'm okay with that because I am unioning sales records, and perhaps, I mean, it could be that there are duplicates and you need to clean this data. So this is a great way to realize this is a great calculated field to work with after this. But in my case, I'm going to leave it like that because the purpose of this quick video was to show you how to do the union. So let's look at, yeah, so you can see all the tables are the same, which is great because it makes our life easier. I'm just going to get rid of that for now. If I wanted to, you could have also made this in Tableau Desktop, the calculate duplicate field. Reminder that you can go up here, you can rename your union sales records, you can rename any of this stuff. You can edit the color, do really whatever you want. You can preview in Tableau Desktop if you have it installed, which is great. You can copy it and reuse it somewhere else in the flow if you need. You can add your cleaning steps. So for example, let's add a cleaning step of removing region. So let's remove that. Okay, and so I'm just going to rename that. I'm going to call it union without region. Nice. You could have added a description, and of course when I want my output, then I put the output, and that's where I start saving and after running the flow. So if I were to open this in Tableau Desktop, you would see that the output.hyperfile would have the data of both of these unionized and then with the cleaning step. And it's really that simple. So of course, if you were to automate this flow to run, then and if your data sources were refreshing, so for example, if you had a live data source here, then it would keep going through this step and it would unionize again. So it's important to make sure that the format that the data is coming in remains consistent, otherwise your flow would need to change. Unions only really work when the formats are almost the same at minimum. And that's all. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know.